guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Teen Wolf Season 3, Episode 9, called The Girl Who Knew Too Much. Which actually, just thinking about it, is a great title for this episode. And this is the episode we finally find out what's going on with Lydia, somewhat, in the end of this episode. Wish it was kind of in the middle, that we get a little more explanation with her character. But finally we get a word of what she is, why she screams all the time, and this is what I've been waiting for, because I'm a big Lydia fan. But I thought this episode was going to be more a centric episode for Lydia, but I'm glad that they spread really every character here in this episode. So let's start character by character. I'll save Lydia for last, but we get to find out who the Durak is, which is crazy, which we knew was going to happen, but was really half the mystery here in this episode, in the season, totally. And spoilers, obviously. Durak is the teacher, who's been dating, quote-unquote dating, Derek. So yeah, that's a little confusing, I would say. I mean, I think that was a great ending to have, and I think it's a little confusing exactly, you know, why she got so close to Derek. Obviously, I don't know exactly what she wants with Derek, but she's the Durak. How she's so close to the Alphas, I think the reason is that she was, the lookout, I guess, you know, the witch type of character, druid of the Alpha Pack, it seemed like, or at least that's what it seemed like in this episode. But yeah, she's definitely connected to the Alphas, and we'll see more of that, and we saw more of that in the trailer. So I like that we got the answer who the Durak was, but really a lot of questions still, which was great, and I think Teen Wolf did it right here, where you get the answers finally, a lot of the answers we've been waiting for, but still you need those explanations, which we're definitely going to be waiting for also. So even though we got a lot of answers here, we are still wanting more in the end of this episode, with the cliffhanger of Stilinski being taken away by the Durak. And for, you know, Sheriff Stilinski to know about the werewolf world, which is great. And him not actually believing Stiles and having that father-to-son moment where Stiles says, you know, Mom would have believed me. So we also get to see that lookout, and, you know, that's something we have been waiting for, to learn a little bit more about the mother, and to see that relationship with the father and son, and finally that the father does know. What does this mean? Will Scott's mother have at least someone to talk to about all of this? But yeah, I liked that a lot, and I liked how it wasn't just like, oh wow, you're werewolves, I totally believe you, and you know, I totally accept it, because I feel like that's what's been going on with this show. He really took a different take on that, and different from Scott's mom, where Scott's mom didn't accept it at first. He just didn't believe it, and didn't want to believe it, and you could definitely see that as a police officer, why you would want to see the realism into something more than the supernatural take of it. So really loved how they approached Stiles' father finding out in this episode, and really coming to see the Durak and seeing Scott become a werewolf, which was great in this episode. Also loved the horror cinematic aspect to this. Don't know why I can't speak today. Yeah, but I really loved the feel of the horrorness in this episode. I just felt like it was really well done here. The camera angles, the tone in this episode felt really good for what was going on and the mystery that was being unraveled here. Ethan was really cool here too. I give him maybe sleeper MVP, because I thought he was a really cool character, because we're finally seeing him more or less of a villain. You know, Aiden's a villain, but you understand why he's doing the things he does. We get a little backstory on the twins, which was great, but I'm really liking Ethan. I really hope we get to see him go on Scott's side and stay away from the Alphas and see what happens to Aiden also. But I'm really loving Ethan and Danny also in this episode, which was great. Just seeing their relationship is great. I really hope to see Ethan and Aiden's character grow here, and I really love Ethan here. What else was going on? Allison and Isaac working together was great, and obviously having more of the Argent family dynamic here, and you know, they're never happy with each other. There's always some stress in that family. So we're gonna see more of that, obviously. Hopefully see more Allison. Really, we haven't seen a lot of her in this season, and really her her hunter side, which we see like, oh yeah, I can handle a knight, but you really haven't seen her hunter side as much in this season. But it's gonna be cool to see her maybe hopefully team up with her dad to try to get the Duroc and the Alphas. I think we will see more of the hunter side as these episodes go on with the end of this portion of the season. What else went on here? That's pretty much it for the minor characters or minor things that happen in this episode. But the big thing I want to talk about is Lydia. We finally find out what's going on with her, and I love that, you know, she's a character that definitely doesn't admit when something's going wrong. So when all these, you know, psychic stuff are going on with her, she doesn't want to really admit it. She tries to pull back. She doesn't even really tell anybody. So she even says, I really don't know what I am, but I'm something. And she kind of admits it here. And she wants to embrace it in this episode and try to figure out the debts. And she knows she's connected somehow to that. And she's trying to figure it out. She really is. So the moment where the teacher and her are in the same classroom and she says what Lydia is, which is a banshee. She's like, you're a banshee, you never even knew this. So I thought that was a really great scene, and also a great scene because we got our answer we've been waiting for like over a season now, but we still have so much explaining for that. Yeah, the banshee, of course, you know, simple definition of it is the wailing woman, which they said in this episode. Someone that screams with death. But I feel like in the Teen Wolf universe, they change up the definitions of these characters and these supernatural creatures. So I would really love to see Lydia's part. Will we get to see more of this power develop as she learns more about it? Who's going to help her? Or is she just going to be screaming all the time? And I think that's just ironic for the television show in general, because we're always like, all right, Lydia screams in every episode, and it's kind of like a joke in the Teen Wolf fandom. But I think that's just the ironic part, that Lydia is a banshee, and that's her power, is that she can just scream when death is coming. But is that the only thing with her power? Because it seems like she goes like to another world when she figures out about death, and does this mean more? And I'm really excited to see maybe her talk to Scott and all of them about all this. So I really want to see that develop, and I think that's why I really love that we got this answer, which is a cool answer. My guess was a druid, but a lot of people are guessing banshee also. And I think it's a very cool answer, but we also need some explanation, which made this episode really interesting, making us really want more from it. And I thought I did a really good job here with that. But tell me in the comments below what you thought about the episode and what you think, you know, what's going to go on with Lydia now that we know she's a banshee. What's going to go on with, you know, the teacher now that we know that she is the Duroc. How we're going to see her interact with the Alpha Pack and learn more about her, because I feel like we got like this really a skimming definitions of this character and who she is and how evil she is and what connection she wanted with Derek and all that, but we really need more explanation, I think. It really was just towards the end of that episode, so I think we are going to get more explaining as the episodes go on, so really want to learn more about that. Want to mention one thing that I have to say, funniest moment in this episode was definitely when Styles is trying to tell his father about werewolves and all these events through a chessboard, and that just reminded me of maybe us explaining the television shows someone that doesn't know the show, and it just made me laugh, because I feel that's definitely going to be used on Tumblr or something, where you're trying to explain exactly what Teen Wolf is by, it's like, I think Styles' father is like, alright, so you know, Jackson's a Katama, but he's a werewolf, I thought. So I love just that interaction with them and him trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and it is very confusing if you just get the facts and you haven't watched through experience in this show. So I love that interaction, and obviously want to see Styles and his father interact with each other after all these events. But great episode. I thought it was very well told. We got a lot of character interaction here and just little character interactions. Also want to mention about Cora. Don't know what's going on with her, but that's also an interesting story, and love that Derek moment saying, you know, I'm here for you. So that was also very great. Again, just little moments for these characters, great. Obviously MVP goes to Lydia, and sleeper MVP goes to Ethan. I give it. I'm going to start that now. MVP of an episode. Definitely Lydia, and then sleeper MVP, which means like someone that you wouldn't expect to be the MVP, definitely Ethan. Really loved him in this episode. But tell me who you thought your MVP was for this episode, what you liked, what you think is going to explore more with the Duroc and with Lydia. Definitely tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.